Hello, I'm Carrie, and this is Beyond the Womb Tarot, where I channel messages that help you continue to grow beyond the womb or expand your mind outside of your current comfort zone to enable you to become your highest self. So, today I have a reading here. It's a collective reading. I've already pulled the cards, and this one is an interesting reading. First, I just want to start by saying that thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you for all of your beautiful comments, especially letting me know whether or not you resonate with this message. And yeah, let's get started. So this message is interesting. It took me a very long time to understand what was going on, and I'm still like, Um, I don't know if there's something going on astrologically or what, but to me, this really feels like a moment of introspection. Um, that's what I see when I look at these cards. When I look at these cards, I think about a life lived, not a complete life, but I think about a person living a life, going about their life, not necessarily being aware of what all is going on around them. Um, Not to say that they aren't aware of what's going on outside of them. Like, they know, this is happening, that is happening. Like, they know facts or whatever. But I think when we're talking about awareness, I'm really seeing like the energy of emotional intelligence, really being able to connect with others around you, understanding like your impact on the greater world. Um, I see a person living a life not necessarily connected with that information. They just kind of just going around doing whatever. They might be bumping up against stuff, like butting heads with others, and not necessarily attempting to solve those problems. Like kind of wanting to just blame others and kind of um, not seeing their part in these things, not seeing why certain things happen to them. Like literally, I just see somebody going around blindly in life, blaming others or feeling down because, oh, why did this happen to me? Feeling down and out, like that type of energy to where you're like in despair, but you're not really looking up to see why these things could possibly happen, like not understanding the path of how you got to where you are. I think that that is a path that we should all take. Like literally looking back at our lives and understanding not only the choices that we made, but why we made those choices. What influences were upon us when we did make those choices. I see in these cards a need for whoever this is resonating with to do this. Or if it's even somebody, like if you're watching this reading and you can see this in somebody around you, it's like a need for you to not just allow things to happen, to not like just move on to the next and move on to the next and move on to the next without analyzing and understanding the things that are like going on behind the scenes. I'm just thinking about like how there's these things that we know about ourselves and there's these things that are hidden to us. Like we cannot see them because we just haven't expanded our minds enough to see those parts of ourselves, like that part of us that's in our shadow basically. It's like that shadow is coming up for us to like analyze right now. And it's not even like the shadows coming and say, hey, what's up, hello. Is like we cannot move forward properly if we haven't looked into the shadows and analyzed it, understand, why is this in my shadow? Why can't I see that about myself? Why can't I accept that about myself? Why can't I understand that about myself? Why was this even put here in the first place? Why is it separated from me? I feel like there's a need for those questions to be answered because the way in which you or whomever around you is moving forward in life is a way that is just not, it's detrimental. Imagine walking around in this kind of energy, this Eight of Swords energy. Like there's so much that you're not able to see. If you walk around thinking that you're crippled in some kind of way, and I don't say that to be negative, but you might think, oh, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough. Like these are the self-limiting beliefs that stop you from being your full self. I'm just thinking about a singer. If you want to sing, you really need to be on you need to be on the same page with yourself because you literally your voice will not project. It will not hit these notes. Like if you go in with this anxious, nervous energy and you don't believe in yourself, you're unable to perform. Your voice doesn't ring true. You might be too sharp or too flat, or you might croak during like trying to sing these songs because you're not mentally believing in yourself. It's like self-sabotage holding you back in some kind of way. And it's all because of your belief systems. And it's so funny when I see this Five of Swords energy. It's like you have these belief systems that are holding you back, but don't let nobody tell you that you're wrong about yourself, or don't let nobody tell you that you can do something when you're like, no, I can't do this. Don't let nobody say you can. Oh my gosh, you're gonna defend your lack of ability to the death. Like, you're defending things that don't need to be defended. You're defending things that you should probably be like, you know what? Actually, you're right. You're right. I can do better, but I wasn't trying to, because I didn't want to see this about myself, that I'm afraid of X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm really getting the energy of major losses and major setbacks in life that have not been looked at, that have not been acknowledged, because this person, it could be you, is walking around not paying attention, walking around kind of blind to that parts of themselves. And it is difficult to kind of claim this reading, because especially even in me, I'm like, what? Why am I reading something like this? I don't resonate with this. But I feel like there's parts of all of us that we have yet to master or conquer, and parts of us that we, even, as hard as you work and as hard as you try, there's still aspects of yourself that you haven't fully realized and fully looked into, because I feel like this entire life is about us fully realizing ourselves. And it might take us until we're 99 years old to really fully understand who we are and every single little piece about us, to put the puzzle pieces together and to understand, where this goes and where that goes and where did this come from. Oh, I understand that. Like, it's going to take some time. And what I'm seeing here in these cards is that something is going to occur that's really going to help you see a part of yourself. So I see this really heavy energy, this down energy, I'm disappointed energy, I can't believe this and that energy. I see this over here, and then I see this blip here. To me, it just looks like a blip. It looks like a lightning bolt. It looks like the turning of a page. It looks like a page break, like a whole break in between the page. Like if you were printing something, in the top half of the page, it's got the words, everything's in order, everything looks good, and then you keep printing it like on a printer, and it's coming out the printer, and then like a black line cuts across it. But it's not a perfect line. It's like a line that's kind of squiggly. It's like not fully filled in, but it's a line. And then you start getting the printing of the normal page again. It's like, what's this line? What is this? What is this page break? And that's what I see here when I look at the Magician and Justice. It's showing me that you're going to reap what you sow. You're going to get what you wanted. But sometimes what we want is not what we wanted. I remember one example of this is there was this guy. No, sorry. I wrote a list of the type of relationship that I wanted. It was the perfect relationship for me. It was everything I ever thought about, dreamed about. And this guy showed up in my life, and he was my exact list. And it was a list, a regular sheet of paper, college rule sheet of paper. It had 2 columns of things, and he checked off every single column. But when he came into my life, and we started talking and everything, in about 3 months, I realized, ooh, I mean, he's great, but I don't want this. And so I had, at that point when I realized that this person, they checked off every single thing on my list, I got everything I wanted, and I realized I didn't want it. When I got to that point, it wasn't that I had to look outside of myself and say, he's wrong, something's wrong with him. I had to look at myself and say, you wrote this list, you manifested this person. What's going on within you that you're manifesting things that are not for you? Why are you asking for things that are not for you? What is it that's holding you back from asking for something that is the best for you? What words are you missing? What process is going on? What beliefs do you have about yourself? I really had to look within myself and understand, oh, okay, these are the types of things that are holding me back from manifesting something that's actually for me. Maybe I'm not seeing who I really am now. Maybe this person would have been great for me 3 years ago, when right now in the present, they're not working for me. And so, even if it's something so simple as, oh, I forgot, I've grown and changed so much, I need to update my list. I feel like here with this magician and justice, you're going to get exactly what you want, and it's going to show you what you've been manifesting, and you won't be able to ignore some of your shadows or some of the things that, like, oh shoot, I thought this is what I wanted. I thought this was who I was. Like, especially when you have a big shadow or lots of things that you don't know about yourself, you can be trying to create things and do things that are not in alignment with you at all. And then when you get those opportunities and those things, like, think about a job. If you apply for this job that you are not qualified for, but hey, it's got a good, hey, that check is nice, and I can do anything. I don't have to go to school for this many years. I don't have to have experience in this. I'm smart. I can figure it out. And you get that job, and you get up in there and show up in there, and it's like, oh my God, I'm way out of my league. I don't know what I'm doing. It will show you and you help you see, like, not only did I underestimate or overestimate myself, I underestimated the people who have been working really hard in this industry, in this career, to do this thing. Like, I've underestimated their hard work and what it took to be there. My ego was so big that I didn't think that I could, I didn't think that anything could possibly hold me back, when I should understand that it does take a certain expertise to get to this salary. This is the salary that people who have been in this industry for 10 years get, or whatever, like, whatever the case may be. It's just that you may get something that you really, really wanted, and it's going to show you where exactly you are. Like, it's going to show you the truth of things. I just really see a lightning strike. It's like a profound epiphany of, oh shoot, I am not supposed to be here. This isn't what I want. Da, da, da. But it could be also in the opposite perspective. It can be like, oh my God, I got exactly what I wanted. Oh my God, I'm like so, I'm so overwhelmed because this is everything I ever possibly could want. Either way, whatever the case, if it's negative, positive, if it's like extremely overwhelming or even extremely underwhelming, I just kind of get this energy of you worrying, contemplating, being in your mind and trying to understand. Like, I just see things circling around your mind, like, oh my God, is this what I want? Why did I want this? Where is this coming from? Is this something I can handle? Like, this is 9 swords, so 9 major thoughts that can keep you awake at night. I feel like the rain right now is so ominous. If you can hear it, I don't know if it's coming through, but when I was talking about this 9 of swords, it was really strong, and as soon as I put it down, it's like, okay, the point has been made already. But you guys, I just really get this energy of not even be careful what you wish for, but take a look at what you're wishing for. Take a look at it, especially when you get it. Is this what you want? What caused you to make those wishes? What part of you was like, this is what I need? And especially sometimes if we're in this type of energy and we're defending ourselves against things that we could definitely be sitting there learning from. Some people are trying to help us learn and grow, and we're saying, no, I'm good, I'm fine, I don't need to learn and grow. Blah, blah, blah. So you, for example, like that example I used before with the job, you apply for this job and your friends were like, bro, you don't want this job. Like, this is not really your wheelhouse. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be a lot of responsibility, or this company that you want to work for is not the best, or da da da. Like, there could be a lot of things that people have warned you about, but you were still so stuck and steady in your ego of not wanting to hear people from the outside, or not wanting to listen to facts. Basically, you're just wanting to defend this one position just because you can, just because it's like there can be some deep insecurity within yourself of, man, if I don't get this job, then I'm not good enough, or if they're like, there can be so many. I feel like we're so creative. We can make up any kind of little thing that can stop us from being our best selves. But like, sitting in this really defensive energy is going to show you, it's like, okay, those people were trying to tell you something. They were trying to warn you. They were trying to help you and assist you. But because you wanted to barrel ahead and forward in this energy, here is the outcome. We're going to show you the outcome of what you're going to get. And in receiving this thing that you may or may not want, may or may not be ready for, it's going to make you, like, it's going to clearly show you who you are. You get somewhere and you fall straight down on your butt, it really shows you where you are. You go into a competition thinking that you're number one, and you end up coming in dead last, it really shows you who you are. If you go into a competition thinking that you are number 0 and you end up beating everybody, it's going to show you who you are. It's like really going to be a paradigm shift in how you think about yourself. And that's what I'm seeing. Like, we have all of these major arcana cards here, even with this judgment card. Like, that's the thing that's really getting me. I'm like, ooh, judgment, and then 9 of swords. So you telling me that whatever the outcome of this thing is making you think so hard, like you run through your mind. To me, it's like you're gonna see yourself in a completely different way once you receive this thing. And this thing to me is coming out of the blue, but it is something that you have been manifesting and working on. It's like you reap what you sow, and you've been sowing this for a while. You've been asking for this. You may have been praying for this. Like, when I first looked at this, I was like, did you pray? Did you pray? You may have been praying for this thing, and it's going to come for you, and it's going to really show you who you are. I know that I've been talking pretty negatively, especially when it comes to about shadows and things, but it can literally be your shadow is you don't know how freaking spectacular and great you are. Some people, I feel like, walk around and, they give out this really great energy, but they don't understand the impact that they have on others. Something could literally show them, boom, this is the impact you have on others. I remember one time I used to do a lot of videos on Instagram, and I went out to the club and I was having a good time with my friends. And this random girl came up to me and she said, you know that video you did the other day? And when you said this and that was so funny and it really helped me understand blah, 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 blah. I can't believe that you said this. Like, it shocked me because we in the middle of the club. It's late night, we drinking, we having fun, we dancing. And she comes in and she talks about this reading that I gave and this advice that I gave and how it was so funny and relatable. And I'm like, what? You watched that video? And it touched you enough that you felt that, like, you could come up to me in public. I mean, that kind of stuff can really change your perception of yourself and the things that you say. It's like, ooh, let me really pay attention to what I'm saying. Like, I'm an inspiration to others. They're listening to me. Okay, let me do this some more then. Let me show up some more. Let me, put more energy into this. So that could be another thing too. Like, imagine something really great freaking happening and you're like, oh my God, how can I do this better? How can I do this more? Like, what impact am I having? Oh my gosh, how can I scale this up? Like, there can be a whole new set of things for you to think about. Okay, so let's get some advice. So we're talking about something coming in that it changes your self-perception. So the cards of advice here, I was thinking when I looked at this, it's like, is it showing you how to ride the wave? So I was talking about here in the beginning of being, kind of down and out, kind of feeling disappointed, but maybe even blaming other people, blaming others on, like, oh, they did this, they did that, and why is this happening to me? Not really taking responsibility. You're seeing, like, how you're the master of your own ship, and it's you and your choices that are in control of your life. When I see this Page of Cups, I really feel that energy because the Page of Cups doesn't, like, they're not very emotionally mature. They're not super immature. Like, they're not, in the beginning of their journey, but they don't have the best coping mechanisms to deal with like what's going on around them. And I feel like and the advice is kind of like, hey, acknowledge the journey that you're going on. Like, from going to the Page to the King of Cups, it's like a journey of not being in control and not being the master of your emotions, and then boom, being the master of your emotions. Like, the King of Cups is somebody that can literally be so in control of their emotions that you don't even know what they're thinking. You might think that they are emotionally unavailable because you can be in there crying in front of their face and they're going to be like, okay, so next, let's get to the solution. Like, let's not be emotional about this. But they are able to stay calm under pressure. And I see this advice as, don't allow your emotions to get the best of you. Don't allow, feelings to stop you from moving forward. Don't allow that to be the block or the thing that is stopping you from growing and changing just because, oh my gosh, this hurt. It hurt in the past, it hurts in the present, it's gonna hurt in the future. Like, accept that. Pain is inevitable. We can handle pain. We were made for that. If we weren't made from that, then we would, like, drop, I won't say the word, but we would drop off if we felt pain. But some people can literally feel pain and then develop a tolerance to it. Some people can feel pain and be like, "Oh, it's not that bad," while others, it takes them longer to recover after feeling that pain. Anyway, all I'm seeing here is that in this advice, in the beginning, it might hurt a lot, but you're gonna grow and mature so that you're able to not only handle the pain or whatever emotional issues that come up, but you're going to be able to withstand them and keep going and keep being yourself during during whatever it is that you're going through. And because the King of Cups is clarifying this energy that I really just kind of felt like people being in their ego, I think instead of trying to protect your feelings, acknowledging them and saying, okay, this is how I feel, this is what's holding me back, it's really going to assist in moving forward here. It's interesting because I know that this is advice, but this really feels like a continuance of what we were talking about before, of with this Magician and this Justice card being like a lightning bolt that kind of, boom, opens you up and shows you exactly who you are. If you're in this Four of Pentacles energy, like very closed off, very not trying to, not trying to hear nothing from the outside, not trying to change in any way, just kind of wanting to stay the same and stay in your little bubble, I feel like this lightning energy is really going to help you break open that energy. Because next we have the Two of Pentacles. We go from 4 to 2. It's like not even that you're losing 2, but it's going from stagnant energy to moving. Like this person is literally sitting there juggling, while this person is sitting down, holding on to stuff. They have let go of the stuff and they're actually moving it. So I feel like the advice for you is whenever this thing happens, don't hold on to the past or the old or try to like justify or try to like I just really feel like this truth is coming for you to see. It is coming to benefit you. If it's a super positive thing, whereas like you're seeing yourself in a better light and a higher light, don't try to hold on to the negative or the stuff that you've done in the past. Like, no, take that new information and really like weave it into your life. Like, oh, so the words that I say are really important and people actually are listening to me as I walk around. Okay, now that I know that, I'm not going to sit here and be in fear and say, oh my God, I can't say anything. I'm not going to speak up anymore because I feel like I have a microphone on. No, I think instead of doing that, really like understanding, okay, my words are important. Why don't I not only continue to speak up and speak out about the things that I've been speaking up and speaking out about, but why don't I get even more informed? Why don't I create my own like bigger, even more platform? Why don't I do my best and to do my part and to like teach and reach other people so that they can also use their voices? Why don't I like really sit and think back about, okay, what got me here? What got me comfortable in speaking and using my voice? And maybe I can help other people be that way, or I can do more of this, or I can, come up with some kind of, I like to say pathway, but that would be a plan, a system that I could show and teach others. Like, there's so much more that you can do than to sit in this energy and be like, oh no, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna share. I feel like knowing these things, it would behoove you to use them in ways that are beneficial to you. Even if it's something negative and scary, it's like, oh, I didn't know this about myself. I don't know if you guys have been there, but I've definitely had this awakening multiple times where I've seen different aspects of myself that I was like, oh, I'm not really feeling that actually. I thought I was better than this. But to see that I could have these emotions and I could feel this way and I could act this way, think this way, like to really sit back and see this part of myself that I didn't like. I could sit there and judge myself and stay I can sit there and judge myself and stay in the same negative energy, or I can do something about it. I can transmute this energy. I can move it around. I can like understand myself. Like, oh, this is where I came from. This is why I was feeling that way. This is why I've been holding on to this so long. This is why I don't want to change because of this fear or this embarrassment. Like, I don't know. Like, this is why I was holding on to this thing, and this is how it's holding me back in life. And so I'm going to decide to do something about it by gaining this information, by deciding, making a decision, oh, I don't want to think like this no more. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to get a new thought. Okay, so this out with this old thought, I'm going to transmute it into something new. So what is the new thought? How am I going to replace that? What am I going to replace it with? I really feel like instead of holding on to the old, but allowing yourself to see the truth, accept it. It's going to take time. And then, okay, do something about it. Instead of just trying to stay in the old. Like, I really feel like whatever is going to happen is not going to allow us. Like, we're not going to be allowed to sit here in this energy. I mean, I guess you can. I guess you always can stay really, really tight in that energy. But I think it's going to be pretty difficult in this situation with this lightning bolt. I'm surprised the Tower card isn't coming out, but I do understand why Justice and Magician is there, because it means that it's something, like the Tower is an external thing. This is going to be an internal thing. Like, you are going to see your hand and what is happening in your life. And I just wanted to get some clarification from these tea leaf fortune cards. I love these cards. So let's pull a few. Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, which will leave you wiser at the end. Yes, I feel like there's a need to go on this journey, and it's for every single person who is alive. It's like there's this journey of, I was born on this date, and all these things happen to me in between then and now, but right now, let me like see who I really am based on the things that I've been through, based on, you know, the situation and circumstances that I grew up in. Like, there's so much information that you can discover about yourself, but you would need to take that journey first. Either physical or mental. I feel like it's you physically walk through this life, but it's a mental journey of you understanding. Peacock, beware of great pride. Yes, that really reminds me of this ego energy of like, I know everything about myself. I know this and that. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to take accountability. Why would I do that? Parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. This is interesting. I'm not quite sure where this would go, even though it's kind of giving me like I was saying, some people know some things about you that you can't see because they're in your shadow, and you ignoring them and not paying attention to what it is that they have to say. Even in this King of Sword or this King of Cups energy, being like, oh, I'll fly above this. I'm too good for this. I'm not going to listen to you. But kind of holding yourself back because you're not paying attention to your own self and in ways that you can grow and learn more. Jug, light-hearted, carefree time. This reminds me of this. Imagine being able to be your complete self without any shadows, and being able to just kind of let your light side and your dark side exist together, but still be in harmony and loving and accepting both sides for what they are. Let's see. Broom, new home, new attitude. I really feel like it's here. Once this lightning bolt hits, it's like, pff, you cannot unsee what you've seen. There's something that you're going to figure out and discover. It's going to give you a new attitude. Flowers, happiness. Love it, love it, love it. Even though this Nine of Swords looks pretty ominous, I feel like it's enabling you to get on that path to happiness, like to remember, oh, this is who I am. I remember when I made the decision not to just be a Christian. It was so very helpful because in the religion that I grew up in, it was difficult for me to be myself because I was bisexual. I couldn't even accept that about myself because of the religion that I was in. I just thought something was wrong with me. Like, why do I look at women like that? This is not right. Something's wrong with me. And being able to accept that maybe this religion isn't it for me. Maybe I need to go and discover something else so that I can show up as my whole, true, full self. That was freeing to me. It gave me so many other things to think about, which gives me Nine of Swords energy. But it allowed me to free that aspect of myself that had been hidden away for a long time. We got two. Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. I love it because I literally said that. And then 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. I know that's right. We're going to reap what we have sown. We have sown some beautiful seeds. I feel that energy. And hopefully we can see some of the output, but hopefully the seeds or the plants that grow from those seeds, we're going to get to see some of that coming in soon for us. And I just want to get one more. bowl. Plenty of material things. I know that's right. Yes. Yes, abundance. Okay, that is the reading. I'll see you guys in the next one.